Psy here. Back with a new build, with some actual editing software this time, voiceover and all, so hopefully my microphone holds out for this one. This house I envisaged to be primarily for two artists slash gamers who've chosen to live together, to house share. It's got tons of artistic sort of installations in it, and each room has a very unique and different vibe from itself. There's I had to edit out quite a lot of the perfecting of the shape of the building, because I was having quite a lot of problems with that, despite having come into Sims to plan out the build before I started recording. There's quite a few things that were unfortunately built on a session where I completely forgot to put on the recorder. They're all covered in the screenshot, so you'll be able to see all of them at the end of the video, but just letting you know about that now if it comes to a certain part of the video and you don't recognise what room you're in. I have quite a chaotic style of building, to be honest, so it's just how my mind works, I think. I go all over the house. Some of the things that you won't see being built, but you will see in the screenshots, are things like the pool, the massage station, the art balcony, the water feature in the kitchen, and the landscaping of the front garden. I think I did put in some of the landscaping at the back garden, but not all of it. Landscaping can honestly just take quite a while. There was 7 hours of footage to begin with, so I had to, I managed to get that down to about an hour and a half before the speeding up process. There's also a lot of plants around the house. I love putting tons of plants in there, and some of the packs that I've used quite heavily in this build would be like the Eco Living pack, the Home Decorator pack, and surprisingly also the Batuu, Journey to Batuu, the Star Wars pack. I know it's quite unpopular, but I like quite a lot of the stuff that came out of that, the build items. So this is doing the kitchen at the minute. I'm getting quite experimental with the counters lately. It's my latest thing. And I never used to actually put in curtains in my old builds, believe it or not. I just used to think that they weren't really that important, but they really kind of add to the atmosphere of a room, add to the reality of it as well, to be honest, because we're all trying to make builds as realistic as possible. I love, right behind that sofa on the left there, that is where the water feature is going to be at some point. It's got hanging plants that are covering fountains that are behind it, but you'll be able to just see them through when you're in live mode. And this is the living room that we're doing right now. It's got a gamer station in it that you'll hopefully be able to see being built in a second. It's quite a simple one, but it uses the Evil Eye swivel chair that's in the game, and it does that chair doesn't snap to any kind of desk or anything. So it's usually something that I use for gaming instead. These wonderful pictures being used now are, I think, from the Home Decorator pack. Correct me if I'm wrong. They've got tons of beautiful swatches, and I love the style. They're just artistic enough to be able to pull off this kind of room. This is a little gamer station, yeah. There is also a study which I think I had to cut quite a lot out of, but it's a study slash almost kind of Japanese style internet cafe with quite a lot of neon and quite bright, dark. Sorry. This is the leaf. One of the artistic installations here for the leaves. Right opposite here, behind the camera, is going to be the massage station, which was unfortunately one of those things that I didn't catch the building of. So always remember to press record when you're planning out a build, because that was quite silly. And this is the bathroom. So this has got some split levels in it, and there's loads of that happening in the house. Absolutely loads of it. I love using platforms to break rooms up and make them look a little bit more fancy. And this is the first time that I've done this sort of split leveling in a bathroom before. So there's one of those cubicles is going to be with a shower and a toilet, and the other one will be with a bath and toilet, so that they can both essentially use the same bathroom without, whilst maintaining privacy. It's on the first floor. Out of 3, there are 3 floors, and it's on the not the ground floor, but the first floor. So alongside the living room and the study. And I love these little, what are they, octagonal, hexagonal? The little hexagonal lights, we call them that for now. They're something that I've always loved. This is the pool, like I said, which I completely forgot to record making in the first place. But you can just about see the water installation on the side of it there. And we're passing into the study now, which will look very different to this when I'm done with it. There was a lot of changing that happened with this study, an awful lot, and I don't think I kept all of it in at all, because it would have taken quite a long time in total. There are these little like simoleon neon signs, which I find quite amusing. Oh, and this, what I'm doing now, the little candle fixtures, is something that I've been experimenting with quite a bit lately. I love those little home decorator shelves that are housing all of those candles, and I love just sort of artistic pieces on the walls that you build yourself. The house does have a lot of clutter, and I did honestly edit the vast majority of that out. I edited quite a lot of the bedrooms, doing the bedrooms, both of them, out as well, because I had to flick the camera around every 5 seconds, and when you speed it up, that just induces this kind of vertigo effect that I didn't really want to put people through. I know I had to have some of that in my earlier builds, which, to be honest, weren't made with professional software, which I'm trying to do with this build. These little chalk, I think they're in the rug section. I assume they come from the paranormal pack, but I really quite liked getting a bit creative with the bar here. And this would be the bathroom on the top floor, so the one next to both of the bedrooms. There's a master bedroom and another bedroom. And I got quite artistic with this bathroom, actually. There's going to be a shower on one of those platforms, and the bath is going to be on another. Obviously more pink azalea flowers. You might have seen it, there's quite a lot of them, actually. Quite a lot in this build. I really like them, and I think they worked quite well with this build. And I was trying to get lots of colour, lots of variation, lots of little strange, quirky sort of areas to reflect the artistic nature of the Sims that will be living there. One of the other areas that I didn't manage to record was the art sort of balcony. You go out from the living room and you go out onto the balcony, and it's filled with easels and canvases and all kinds of things. This is the master bedroom that we're doing right now. I do have those little tiny lights that I build with nowadays, so that I can see what I'm doing before I go around and swap them out. It's a little jacuzzi. This is off the balcony off the master bedroom, and this will be down right on the ground floor, that sort of terrace that goes around the left side of the house. I didn't want to put too much on it because the house is quite busy, and I wanted this to be kind of a little bit more subtle, I guess. So less cramped, I suppose. This is the first time that I'm using Premiere Pro, the video editing program that I've made this build with. So there's been a lot of experimentation with how it all works and how best to present the video. I think I cut out a bit of the landscaping in the back garden, but this is the back garden, and it's closed off, and there's an overhanging balcony above it, which I think from that angle would be the art balcony coming off the living room, which is right above it. Yes, but mostly landscaping. It honestly just takes quite a while, so I really don't leave it in all of the time. The music behind this, by the way, is Philip Jantia. I'm not quite entirely sure how to pronounce that, but he's really quite fabulous. So do check him out. I always love putting lights on the outside of the house. I think it really gives it a feeling. I love it when they look good at night as well as day. You can see the new sort of shape of the house by now. And yeah, I mean, this, I do have to talk about this. This is because they're overlapping, right? They conflict with one another when you move the camera. And I think I heard Sim Guru Romeo once refer to it as X, Y, or Z fighting. Not quite sure which one this is, but I thought it looked really cool and strange and artsy. So I decided to make the conflicting into a bit of an art feature of its own. And I've never experimented in that kind of way before. So this was definitely a very experimental build indeed. There's a knitting nook as well just around the corner, which you can't see, and I don't recall whether I actually remember to take a screenshot of that one. This is the other bedroom, which I don't think I recorded very much of at all, but there's quite a lot in it. And this is sort of the master bedroom, what it turned into eventually. There's a little home gym in the corner of the master bedroom actually, which is quite cool, with a TV in front of it. And yes, so we're about to get to screenshots now. So if you're a fan of Manic Builds, go ahead and subscribe, comment and like, because that will really help me out. And yeah, thank you for listening.